Hello, welcome to my latest edition of my monthly portfolio update, where I share the progress to my long-term investment goal. Stay tuned, as later in this video I'll be showing you how far I've got on my investment journey, how close I am to my target, what's changed since last month, but more importantly perhaps I'll be demonstrating how you yourself can hit such a large number over a period of time. It's not as difficult as it might sound to achieve £1 million or $1 million. It does take patience and discipline, however. Stay tuned to see that. Look, the goal is a £1 million investment account, and I want to try and get there by 2050. The reason it's £1 million is probably twofold. I mean, it's relatively arbitrary, I suppose. It's a nice round number, but actually, if I applied what I'd have as the 5% rule, I could take a 5% income and have a relatively similar level of income to what I'm on now and maintain the principal or the capital amount. So there is some sort of science behind it. So that's what I'm looking to achieve. Now, in order to get to that area, I'm investing mainly in individual stocks, so there is a chunk of money in index trackers and in managed funds, a couple of percent in sort of crypto and commodities, but well over sort of, if you're looking at 75%, I believe, or so, is in individual companies. So here are the largest, and the largest being at the top of the table. So Alibaba is the largest position, as it was for the first time last month. I have added further to that position due to the recent stock price crash. You can see it's down 10 points this last month with a total return of minus 20%, and the stock's trading around that kind of $140 mark. OZK's had a bit of a better time, our second largest individual stock holding. That's now at 75% in total, 58% compound annual growth rate. It's up 11 points since last month. Corsair Gaming's not really done anything in terms of market performance in the last month. It's kind of at that sort of 25 to 27 range, hovering around there. Aviva's pulled back a few points, and Unum's been pretty level. So you guys like seeing sort of the best and the worst performers. And if you want full transparency, I do share all my holdings on a monthly basis, in terms of, for example, UK portfolio, American portfolio, and those will be coming in around about 2 weeks. It's quite interesting, actually, that the top two performers are actually both coal mining companies. Actually, Ramaco today, Monday the 4th of October, has actually hit the 250% return mark. So probably not one would have necessarily predicted a year ago, although I had high hopes for them. So it's interesting to see. I think it's Peter Lynch once said that sometimes your winners actually surprise you. Conversely, these are the worst three individual stock holdings. Boohoo I've covered extensively recently, and I think Voyage Digital is quite closely tied to the crypto pricing, and Huya has been hit by some of the anti-Chinese sentiment and a bit of the regulation as well. And just before we get to the how I'm doing, shout out to my Patreon VIP supporter who gets to see when I'm buying and selling stocks on a daily basis. So if you'd like to see that, please do consider checking out the link below. There are a few other benefits as well. So here we go then. The latest position, now the current value, 40,455. That's about 1,200 lower than last month. And that is mainly due to lower market pricing on some of the larger stocks, in particular Alibaba, and also some of the growth stocks haven't been doing so well in the last month. But still well ahead of the sort of run rate for this long-term challenge, around about £9,000 up. So that's excellent news. Now, if you recall from last month, I did bring forward some of my deposits. So though the overall plan is £300 a month, I brought some of that forward. So I've only got another £300 minimum to add in. And now if I'm under budget, of course, I will add more in. But that leaves with estimated year-end value of 4755. So ahead of plan. Yes, it's 1,300 down since last month, but that's within normal range of sort of market fluctuations. And we know there's been quite a lot of anti-Chinese activity in terms of sentiment, and that certainly hits several of the stocks that I own. So totally comfortable where I'm at the moment. So there we go, 27 years to go, unchanged since last month. So I've just pulled up on screen actually now how you can get to £1 million. If it's particularly useful if you're looking for a long-term objective. Now I'm starting here with an initial balance of 0. So if you've got nothing in the bank at the moment, you can still reach this what appears to be a very lofty goal. If you can aim for a 10% a year return, 30 years, and if you put in £444 or dollars, you would actually end up with your future investment value of £1 million. So it does take a bit of discipline in terms of consistently putting money in every month, and also patience because of the time factor involved, but it's certainly not a totally unachievable goal. Now, you might actually be lucky or you might be in a really good position, and let's say you've got 20,000 already. Now, that actually substantially reduces the amount of money you need to put in each month. So if you have 20,000 now, you not only need to put in £269 a month, and that actually gets you to that £1 million. So if you've got any kind of a head start, getting a lot of money in early, the amount of money you need to put in is substantially less. And in fact, if you take 269 as a proportion of the 444, that's actually just 61%. So almost 40% less money if you've got a decent starting point. So what I'm trying to show here is these very big numbers are achievable in the long term, and that's without crazy assumptions on your rate of return. The thing is, the £1 million might not be relevant for you. If you're looking for ways to perhaps calculate your own objective that may be suitable for you, click on screen now to see a video I've done describing the things to consider when setting investment objectives. But perhaps you are also interested in Alibaba, which is my largest stock holding. To find out more about that one, click here.